What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with the next set from the Premier League Season 4. It's going to be Fnatic on the Dire versus paiN Gaming on the Radiant. Now, we have a couple stand-ins. We do have an AP game on top of that, and let's check the important things. Dire Tide HUD. There we go. Get some badassery up in here. So, yeah, I guess it's AP, so I don't know exactly how this draft went. However, it looks like there isn't really too many surprises. So let's just go over who's playing what first and foremost. No Tail is going to be playing support, Keeper of the Light, supporting Era on the Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light, Cancer Lancer, always a good combination. Hani, mid laning that Puck. Syndrome is going to be standing in for Fly. He's going to be playing that Tide Hunter, and Trixie is going to be on his Lone Druid. On the paiN side, it's going to be Pata playing that Bane Elemental, Sido hard carrying that Gyrocopter, pooled a little bit of restoratives. No, you can actually buy both, right? Green text is going to be on that Rubik, and Don't Be Afraid is on the Darkseer. Mino. Who's Mino? We're going to figure this out. Meno. It's Felipe from Brazil. What Vigas? I guess it's just Mino. Okay. Okay, Mino is going to be playing that Nyx Assassin mid. So, let's look at some of these lineups. We have paiN Gaming with a lot of control, a good amount of ganking as well. Their hard carry Gyrocopter is going to have to pull a lot of weight, however, because Fnatic, their side is going to get really tanky. And is this what are they just helping each other block, or is this going to be a dual lane mid? If they dual lane mid, this is going to be seriously the weirdest dual lane I've ever seen in my life. Okay, it looks like Don't Be Afraid is going to go into the jungle. That makes a little more sense. We do have No Tail channeling up his big spell. He's going to hit really hard onto Mina. They're going to go for level 1 aggression. However, level 1 Spike Carapace, something that Fnatic did not factor in, and I don't think they had enough damage to call up the Nyx Assassin anyway. So paiN, yes, they do have some pretty big teamfight ultimates. They did manage to pick up the Nyx Assassin, so we could go aggressive onto Fnatic. However, I do think I like the Fnatic lineup a little bit more. Just having that Phantom Lancer as well as the Keeper of the Light, they're going to get uncontested farm together on that top lane. Trixie's on the bot lane is going to not be on the bot lane. He's going to just be farming up the jungle with that Spirit Bear. So Trixie's going to get a relatively slow farm. Lone Druid isn't the fastest jungler in the world, but he should be fine regardless in that jungle. paiN Gaming, most of the heroes are sticking down to the bot lane, so they're not really going to go and harass Trixie all that much. Trixie, you better not die to this. That would be embarrassing. Yeah, you better fall back, Trixie. These trolls, you don't mess around with trolls, man. They will kill you. They will kill you very hard. Fnatic, they also do have that Puck in the mid lanes being supported by Syndrome on that Tide Hunter, so Mino isn't going to be getting like all that much farm. However, the mana burn will keep Hani very, very low. He does have enough gold for his bottle, so I expect to see that coming from Hani. There it is. The Nyx Assassin will be able to get his levels, which is really what he needs. Don't Be Afraid is going to be jungling, kind of opposing Trixie, who is jungling as well. So he should be able to get a little bit faster farm. I think Darkseer is a little bit of a faster farmer than the Lone Druid. It really depends on what kind of camps you draw, though. And it's going to be a very, very clean wipe of that hard camp. We're at level 3 on him versus level 2 for Lone Druid. Bot lane, Sido is going to be completely free farming as well. Really, no one's going to contest that at all. Hani going to move down to get a regeneration rune bot. And Fnatic really just putting all of their eggs onto the top half of the map, although Hani, not sure what the hell you're planning, Hani. Better not do that. Missile's gonna fly. It will hit him. Will not hit him. He has a phase shift. Juke. Missile's gonna hit absolutely nothing. And Hani's actually gonna move down to this bot lane. Is he gonna hard lane this Puck? That's the real question. He's gonna go up against the level 4 Gyrocopter. So right off the bat, he's not at an advantage at all. Syndrome on this mid lane, it is a melee hero versus a melee hero, and Tide Hunter with the Anchor Smash usually does do pretty well in those circumstances, because he could do exactly that. One Anchor Smash, one right click, that's something that he could just keep doing. However, Mino does have mana burn, and he does have a bottle as well. Granted, Tide Hunter's int isn't really that high, so the mana burn won't hit him too hard, but he will be able to get a couple levels on this bottom lane. Hani really sacrificing his own free farm for Syndrone's to get a Tide Hunter really big. Not too sure if that's actually the best decision. Looks like Don't Be Afraid has moved up to this top lane. Era is going to be forced to last out into the tower, and wow, take a lot of damage from the Ion Shell in the process. Does the Keeper have any restoratives for him? Yes, he does have a salve, so Era is going to be just fine. And drink that up and feel cool as hell. Hani, though, in a little bit of trouble. The missile's going to fly. If they're going to Nightmare him, he's going to just orb out, and he should be just fine to get out of this. The missile's still going to hit him, probably. Now he's going to have another phase shift. Phase shift, phase shift, phase shift. Oh yes, he sticks the landing. Alright, so Hani with a little bit of trouble on this bottom lane. Is he really contesting Saito's farm? I don't believe he is, because Saito still does have the most gold per minute, and he's going to continue to get that gold per minute. And now Puck, he's not going to get that much done down here. He's going to have to worry about green text. He's going to have to worry about Pata. And although these heroes have a lot of control and not much damage, if they could control the Puck for long enough so that the rocket barrage can fly through, that's going to be the death of the Puck. Ira on the top lane, almost getting a kill onto Don't Be Afraid. Needs one more lance. Isn't going to get it though. Did No-Tail just chakra the illusion? Could you even chakra illusions? I didn't know that. I guess you can, because he did it. I don't know. Regardless, going to be no first bloods happening yet. Don't Be Afraid though. He's going to be a little bit afraid on this top lane. Just a display of power from Fnatic, showing that the Darkseer got to be a little bit careful. Hani's still getting a little bit of gold farm, however his experience definitely not really comparable to that Syndrome is getting. I guess the reasoning from Fnatic is that Puck is going to be crippled really, really hard from that mana burn, whereas the Tidehunter really not going to care that much. So therefore, might as well get levels on someone, might as well have someone shut down this lane. Mino's getting a little bit of an easier time because it is melee versus melee, and he could burn out the Tidehunter pretty much completely. We do have a pause, so let's just skip through all this boring action. I don't really like jumping into AP games. It does make the entire game process shorter, which means smaller video files, which means, less space, less time for me. But just jumping in like this, you really don't get any feel for what the teams are trying to accomplish. I mean, obviously Fnatic first picked up the Keeper of the Light, and probably Lone Druid, Puck, Phantom Lancer, Tide in that order. And paiN Gaming, they first pick up the Nyx Assassin, Darkseer, as well as Rubik, or Darkseer Gyro, and then Rubik Bane. I don't know. But yeah, you don't really have that context, and it's really nice to have that context, I feel. Of course, when you're watching Dota, sometimes you just don't really care about the drafts, because you just want to see people smash each other. I'm guilty of that as well. I skip drafts on occasion. Especially when there's only one caster, I feel like he can't really offer that much. But if there's two of them, I go for the cast every time. Hani in a little bit of trouble getting Illusory Orb into the woods. Can dodge the missile and jaunt safely. They don't have any way of getting to him. Cooldown is up, but do they really want to use it? Hani is just going to teleport out of there. Wouldn't be enough to kill off the Puck anyway. Puck is going to just go straight back to the tower. We're going to see relatively tame game. 6 minutes, pushing 6 minutes, and still no kills. Trixie level 5 on the Bear versus Don't Be Afraid's level 5. He is starting to pressure back Ira, however he's not getting that much experience out of it just because he has to stay so far back. Ira with the Quelling Blade as well as Tranquil Boots will be able to survive this shredding harassment from these Ion Shells. However, he's still going to take a little bit of damage. Going to go for Elven Skin, so that does mean he's going to go for a quick Yasha, at least as quick as he can. Can get a little bit more movement speed, a little bit more damage on him, and he's going to go for a couple points in Doppelwalk actually. Possibly doesn't feel too comfortable standing alone in this lane with only 1 point in that very, very expensive spell. And really juxtapose, what are you going to use juxtapose for against these Ion Shells? It's going to be pretty useless. So Fnatic running a very unorthodox lanes in the end. However, we'll see if it actually pans out for them, because Ira is getting some pretty good farm. Syndrome does have his Ravage, and well, if he gets to 1,000 gold, he's going to get those Arcane Boots, although it looks like he's going to prioritize the Wand first. Okay, fair enough. But Arcane Boots on him, as well as a very early Ravage, is devastating. Now Hani with an invisibility rune going to look for the pulling heroes of paiN, but they're all very, very healthy as far as HP goes. Possibly just going to go for a little bit of creep jacking, throwing out the Illusory Orb, but now he doesn't have his escape. He's going to have to get out of here. Hani, baby, gotta run. Nightmare. Now the Illusory Orb is up again. They could have. Well, I guess nope. It's okay. Saito is still in the bot lane, so I guess yeah. This paiN tri lane is really just super defensive. I don't know what they were expecting from Fnatic's draft. I guess maybe Keeper, Phantom Lancer, Tide, which is a pretty good kill lane. But still, they don't really have any intentions of going aggressive. They want Gyrocopter to get as much free farm as he can. They don't want to disrupt the status quo, although First Blood will definitely help. Hani, once again, hiding in the trees. He doesn't have any vision of the lane, so he's going to hide back there. If Green Tech spots him out, then Hani's got to be careful. Ooh, where is it? Do they know he's here? Oh, green text. Green text. Oh, Hani. Hello, green text. I'm just gonna walk out of here. Don't mind me. I'm not a threat at all. Man, this game, so very calm, but so very tense. Especially Hani in this bot lane. Just Puck playing his, classic elusive trickster kind of role. But yet, still no first blood. Tidehunter has purchased up a bottle. Does Hani still have his? Yes, he does. So Tidehunter just bottle crowing, trying to survive this mana burn harassment from Mino so we can keep throwing out those anchor smashes. But still, 8 minutes in, pushing no first blood. His team's content to farm. And okay, let's go over who has the better late game, I guess. Because we are up against a Phantom Lancer. However, Gyrocopter versus Phantom Lancer, really the Phantom Lancer usually does have a better time against the Gyro, even though Gyrocopter can clear off Era's illusions pretty easily. The Phantom Lancer probably won't die to that Lancer unless he gets Fiend's Grifted or something like that, or Impaled, or any sort of those spells. Don't be afraid. What are you doing? He wanted to cancel off this pull, but now he's gonna have a bear on his ass. Is there gonna be Entangle? 2 hits, no Entangle. Trixie, no boots on him. What? How slow is this bear without boots? I did not realize that he was this slow. You do lose a couple of movement speed points when you go into true form, but wow, that's really slow. Uh-oh, Hani. Once again, in a little bit of trouble. Illusory Orb, not going to be in time. This is going to be the first blood. Call down straight onto the head of the Puck. And the Rocket Barrage going to kill off Hani in the spot lane. It's about damn time, too. Even teleportation coming in. Mino with that Vendetta. The Radiant do see Syndrome as well as No Tail. Syndrome's going to be a very, very tough nut to crack. It looks like he's just going to fall back as well. It's going to be first blood. Era, in the meantime, top lane, getting hit really, really hard with these Ion Shells. Does have his Tranquil Boots still, but Darkseer could actually look... actually doesn't have his Vacuum, so nope, can't look for kills yet. Just sending down Ion Shells down the lane and get more and more gold, and Era is having a really tough time here. He's going to go for his Yasha as quickly as possible. We'll have that in another 100 gold. And Hani has moved back to this mid lane. Level 4 on the Puck, and Syndrome is level 8, so his strength growth is going to really be pulling through for him, as well as the fact that he has Ravage, as well as the defensive tool of Anchor Smash, as well as the Kraken Shell. So he's going to be very difficult to kill, but he's really not going to get that much done in this bot lane either. Fnatic constantly rotating heroes down to this bot lane, trying to get something accomplished, but really, they're not getting anything accomplished. Now Hani's going to be going up against a level 8 Nyx Assassin, maxed out Impale. It's easy to, it's relatively easy to dodge Impale. There's definitely a lot more difficult things to dodge, because Nyx Assassin choreographs his animation pretty clearly. But still, Puck is going to be at a very, very massive level disadvantage in this mid lane. Like that. He would have dodged that if it actually went towards him. I don't know why it didn't, but whatever. Trixie's still farming. Hand of Midas on the bear. So he's going to clear the wolves. There we go. So he's going to be farming as much as he possibly can. And with the Lone Druid as well as the Nyx Assassin, they should have enough late game to really have an advantage there. They will have to worry about the bane, however. Just having that Enfeeble, having that Nightmare, really a pain in the ass. Now Syndrome going to get Nightmared up, and he's going to get a call down as well. Is he going to hop the Ravage and try to save himself? Missile's going to stun him. He's going to do some pretty heavy damage as well. Only level 1, but the Rocket Barrage is there once again. Syndrome going to pop the Ravage as well as the Anchor Smash. However, the Rubik's going to come in for that Fade Bolt and kill off the Tidehunter. Meantime, top lane tower has been denied by Fnatic. No Tail trying to push out Don't Be Afraid out of this lane, but this is something that's very difficult to do versus the Darkseer, because if you do try, he's just going... Oh, body block, actually. And does he have another lance? He needs Chakra. He will have Chakra. Needs another lance. Don't Be Afraid is going to die here. However, no, choosing the Doppelwalk. Why, Era? Why? Why? Just one lance. Just one lance would have done it. But he Doppelwalked. He didn't have enough mana. Oh, God. It's painful. It's really rough to see these kinds of things happen. Just one lance. One lance and the Darkseer's dead, but you Doppelwalk. Level 2 Doppelwalk, so it's really, really expensive. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. Now, oh, Sido. Maxed out on the flat cannon. There's going to be a whole bunch of Wild Wings who are going to be torn to shreds. Gold as they all die in one fell swoop. So stacking up the hard camps, definitely not stacking up the Ancients, but at this point, 12 minutes in, trying to clear off Ancients is incredibly dangerous. Now Hani in a little bit of trouble, gonna dodge it. No, he targeted him with the Impale. No Tail's gonna come in, but instantly gets stunned. And Hani dies for the second time. Mino, if he targeted the ground, he would have missed. But he targeted him. And usually people are always like, oh, you should always target the ground on Nyx Assassin. But if you know what? If he did target the ground, it wouldn't have worked. Sometimes you gotta know when to target the ground, you gotta know when to target the hero. If they're really, really close to you, then just target the hero. If it's one hero and he's really close, just click on the hero. You're not going to miss. If there's several heroes, then you probably want to target the ground so you'd get the line just right and you could actually get a stun on multiple heroes. So you got to know. You got to know, and Mino definitely did know when to cast it. This is a pretty cool core effect right there, by the way. Syndrome's still in his bot lane, getting a couple levels, but I mean, he hasn't really gotten that much. He's still level 8. He's been pushed off the wave pretty much every single time he's tried to enter the wave. this game really not going towards Fnatic just yet. The gold advantage is slowly starting to dip towards them just because of the farm of Trixie. Experience advantage is in their favor as well, but Ira, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. There's the Vendetta initiation. Ion Shell on him as well. Back giving him back. Doppelwalk will not save you from the Ion Shell. Phantom Lancer dies 4-0 in favor of paiN, who are just locking down every single lane. Their laning power is definitely intense. Green Tech's going to get a lift onto Syndra, going to drop him down into the call down range. He's going to cast Anchor Smash as well. The Rocket Barrage will be enough to kill off that Tidehunter. Even Hani getting a little bit of damage from that one. And 5-0. This is really not classic Fnatic at all. Usually Fnatic very, very careful about how they run their lanes. But this particular time, they're not really getting anything. Ura's getting killed. He does have his Yasha at 85 CS as well, so he's not doing too bad. But this bot lane, Fnatic, they don't really have any way to deal with this. They should have just completely abandoned it, but constantly throwing heroes down here, they're not contesting the farm of Saito at all. They're just giving him more farm, because 2 kills and an assist, that's a lot of gold that the Gyrocopter would not have gotten if there was no one on the lane. He would have gotten a lot of CS, yes, but he already does have a lot of CS. He's getting most of the CS. He's going to go straight for a BKB on top of that, and once he has that, I mean, the Entangle from Lone Druid will still go through, but that's about it. Fnatic really on the back foot so early on in this game. They do still have a pretty good late game, though, but the question is, can they actually survive until then? Ravage hasn't really been used, Dream Coil hasn't been used either, and now Mino going to move around for the wraparound gang. Syndra going to kill off Pata, who ran in with, like, no HP. I'm not sure what happened there. Telekinesis onto Syndra, going to save them from the Ravage. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade. There's going to be 4 people on this bot lane for paiN, however. Trixie's going to move down, doesn't have much to actually contribute besides just the fact that he's bulky. And paiN Gaming, they're just picking off Fnatic one at a time. Not sure what the hell Pata was doing. So I guess Fnatic get a freebie there. And they do have the Ravage, which they can use right now. Or right now for this fight, I mean. Kill the missile, which they do. And still 3 on this paiN Gaming side, 203 on Green Tech's. Don't Be Afraid has moved down here as well, which means that paiN is up the top lane trying to defend against this tower push. Fiend's Grip and double TPs, triple TPs. Ira is going to be in a lot of trouble. Rocket Barrage is available. Call down will be up soon. And Telekinesis onto Ira. He's going to die yet again. And paiN Gaming putting up a very strong performance against Fnatic. Like, if you're going up against Fnatic ever, you're going to be scared. Because Fnatic right now is one of, if not, well, it's debatably, they're debatably the best team in the EU NA combination scene. You can make some arguments for Team Liquid or VP, stuff like that, but they're pretty damn good. That's the point I'm trying to make. And paiN Gaming, I've seen some pretty good things from them as well, but really their showings in the past have not been as strong as Fnatic's, but this particular game, they're just going to town on Fnatic. It's like, oh, you have a good reputation? We don't care. We're going to kill you anyway. They're going to try to take down a Tier 1 tower in exchange for their bottom Tier 1 tower. The Lone Druid, with that Demolish, will bring that down very, very quickly. So each team has lost a couple of outer towers, and it's going to be a push attempt on this mid lane. However, they don't really have that many good tools for pushing. They could clear off creep waves like nobody's business, but you need to actually do the damage to the tower, and the Gyrocopter simply does not have that quite yet. Syndra on the top side doesn't have his Blink Dagger. He's going to look for a Blink, move forward into a Ravage. There it is. There's the Ravage as well as Dream Coil. However, they're not hitting the same target. Stolen by Green Tech. Syndra taking a huge chunk of damage there. He's going to get hasted out of there. He should be just fine. Ira is in the back end. Going to get dusted. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Mino going to hit him with that Vendetta. He's limping after him. He's not fast enough. He will be fast enough. He should be fast enough. Just impale him. There you go. Impale onto Ira. Illusion Orb is going to fly through. However, the Mana Burn will kill off that Phantom Lancer. Mino is on the run. He's going to get smashed down. No. Using that Spike Carapace. Going to have 8 HP survival. No. Quick Illuminate from Keeper of the Light. Will kill him off. Trixie's still alive, trying to go after this Rubik, going to get his bear lifted up, however, and in the end, Fnatic, they lose Ira, which is absolutely devastating for them. His Gyrocopter is on the run, nothing else can be thrown out, however. Lose your Orb going to fly, hit onto Green Text, but that's about it. Hani, stuck between a rock and a hard place, he's going to get out of there just fine, though. Bear surviving at 50 HP with the Helm of Iron Will. If he didn't have that, he would be dead. But 8-3. And Fnatic, they burn the Ravage, they burn the Dream Coil, but not on the same people. Some people got stunned by the Ravage up here, some people got hit by the Dream Coil down here. And in the end, everyone from paiN were surviving at very, very low amounts of HP. If they had a little bit more time for that team fight, they would have had a much better fight right there. And Ira gets picked off again. It's 3 deaths onto him. And really, it's compared to what Saito is getting with 3 kills on him, This Phantom Lancer is not looking to be very scary come the mid game, which normally he would have something like a Diffusal Blade, so he could actually put out a little bit of damage if he catches you alone with that Diffusal Blade. If you're Rubik, if you're baiN Elemental, then you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, but Ira right now is not frightening at all. The Yasha is going to give him a little bit of mobility. He needs to get towards his Diffusal Blade pretty quickly, get that additional damage, get that additional mana burn. But so far, paiN Gaming are not winning. Wow, okay. I guess the tower's advantage is in favor of Fnatic, and they do have a Lone Druid with the Hand of Midas. But it feels like paiN Gaming are just all over Fnatic right now just because they keep on getting these better trades. Syndran, gonna get spotted out. Vendetta Initiation, where's the Fade Bolt? There's the Lift Up, don't even need Fade Bolt, there's the Fade Bolt. Gonna kill off the Tidehunter. 900 HP, no big deal. Mino is a pretty high level, level 2 Vendetta on him. And now Pada is gonna Fiend's Grip an Illusion of Puck. Not the best move. I've seen better plays. And, what the hell? Sentry Ward much? They placed him down at like the exact same time. And I'm pretty sure Pada had 3 Sentry Wards. Yes, he did. So he just messed up. These are all Pada's wards. Yeah, you could tell. God damn it, Pada. There's nothing there. We already know this. Stop putting down wards. Those cost money, you know. Wards don't just grow on trees. Fnatic on the back foot. They're getting a good amount of farm still, just because they have the Hand of Midas. They have Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light is a hero, support hero who gets an absurd amount of farm, but Mino is pissed and he's looking for blood. Can't kill off Trixie. 1700 HP, a little bit too much. He's looking for anyone who's nearby to Trixie. Ira, oh, that's a nice, delicious target for Nyx right there, but he's going to go towards the north, and that's not where he's going to find anyone. You know, on the bot lane, Hani trying to hide from Pada as well as Don't Be Afraid. But really, both teams just happy to farm up. Because paiN Gaming, they do have the Gyrocopter, which has a BKB as well as drums. He's incredibly stacked for 20 minutes into the game, and he's going to continue to get that farm. However, the more time they leave towards Fnatic, the longer Trixie's going to have to farm. That means bigger items in the bear, something like an armlet, which is already being built up, possibly will already be finished. Yes, is already finished. No, is not finished. Is almost finished. Phase boots and Blades of Attack. Oh, he fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. He messed up. Wait, no. He had a hand of... What? Did he have Gloves of Haste? How did he do that? I didn't realize he had enough. Oh, Ira. Oh, Ira. He got blocked for a little bit there. Is he going to realize something's wrong? Oh, this is actually an invisibility rune, so he could impale out of this. And he's stalking Ira, but Ira, he's not going to take the bait for those Ancients. Maybe if he got a Juxtapose proc on the Doppelwalk illusion, he would have, but yeah, Mino just walking around with invisibility. Possibly thinking of diving Syndran once again. 1000 HP is a lot to burn through, but he's shown that he can do it, especially with green text. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Now with a 4-staff on green text, he will be able to do it very, very easily. Syndran, oh Syndran, you gotta get out of there, man. He's gonna get recalled out, and he will stick the landing. He's good. He's gonna go out to the bot lane, where there is Hani trying to kill off the baiN, who teleported out. Dream Coil, Silence, not enough. Once you drop the Dream Coil, then you can just teleport out of there. They're bringing down a lot of people to that bottom lane. Who's teleporting in? It's going to be Trixie with that bear, looking for an entangle onto green text onto Don't Be Afraid, but the 4-staff will save them, even if they do get entangled. The armlet is putting a lot of damage out onto Don't Be Afraid, but there's no entangles from Trixie. Very, very unlucky bear. That kind of sucks. Vacuuming back, telekinesis into the tower, call down, walling him off as well. The wall is going to get dropped. Trixie's going to walk right through it. There's the Ravage, catching Mino as well as Sido, but purely defensive. There's the Ravage, stolen by Green Text, 4-staffing into Initiate as well. No Tail, completely out of mana, going to get impaled as well. The Ion Shell is going to shred down one. Trixie has died in the meantime. Syndran going to unleash one more Anchor Smash before he himself does go down. And a double kill for Sido. Green Text picked one up as well. Hani's still on the outskirts of this fight, but the tower's going to drop, mech charge, and keep everyone alive, and they're just going to keep plowing forward. Hani cannot really do anything about this. Doesn't have enough mana for another Illusory Orbs. Got to go back to the base. Ira, in the meantime, is on the bot lane. Took down a tier 2 tower, but he's going to lose a tier 2 tower of his own. That is going to be a trade that favors paiN Gaming no matter which way you slice it. Unless Ira somehow breaches the tier 3 towers, he's getting a lot of gold. This is pretty frightening, actually. The Ring of Aquila giving the creep wave a little bit more longevity, and someone's got to teleport back from paiN right now. It's going to be Rubik, which isn't enough. Ira could still kill him off. He just sends all solutions, but no Fade Bolt, as well as a Doppel walkout. Ira is going to be satisfied with the fact that he took down a tier 2 tower. And 12-3, paiN Gaming putting up a really strong showing, as I said before, just using that Nick Assassin, which, oh yes, I do love myself a Dagon. And Gyrocopter, still with a 10-second BKB charge, has never really been in a lot of trouble within any of these fights. He's been sitting comfortably in the back, which means flat cannon shots are just going to be flying like left and right. And really, no one from Fnatic is closing the distance. Ravage being used defensively, Dream Coil whiffing on the bottom lane. Fnatic, they're just not playing as well as they normally do, I gotta say. They still are not out of this yet by any means, because if we took a look at the gold graph, I mean, it's only 800 in favor, it's only 2,500 in favor of paiN Gaming, and that's something that is definitely not insurmountable, especially if you have a Phantom Lancer on your team. Phantom Lancer is a hero that really doesn't care that much about experience or gold lead, because he will just kill you no matter what. Syndra, oh, you are so dead, Syndra. Vendetta, Impale, Mana Burn. Oh, actually going to get a lucky Kraken Shell proc, but Dagon is pretty good. Syndra's going to get picked off, really. If your Tidehunter gets picked off that easily, then who is safe on your team? I guess Puck might be safe. He's quick with the phase shift. But if he gets stunned, then he's dead. And Lone Druid's safe as well. Lone Druid's really the only one who doesn't have anything to fear from the Nyx, but even then, it's a lot of damage he's putting out. Pada as well as Don't Be Afraid, going to get hit pretty hard. Pada get dropping down very low. Dream Coil as well as the blind. Pada's going to get a Brain Sap onto that illusion. Pada's going to survive, popping that Dream Coil at the last possible second. There's the Illuminate as well as a Force Staff forward from Pada. A little bit of miscommunication there. Rubik trying to save the Bane, just putting more damage onto him, but he does survive with that Brain Sap. And Fnatic throwing all the spells from long range that they could possibly throw, still not getting anything. Mino going to get caught by the bear. He might actually die here. He does have that Impale available. He's going to pop with the Spike Carapace, looking for an Entangle once again. Surge onto Mino. He will be able to run his way out of here. Nothing that Fnatic could do to catch up to that, even though Trixie trying as hard as he can. Nothing that he could possibly do. Gyrocopter is going to take out the tier 2 tower, and Illuminate gonna fly through, gonna miss. Illusion Orb also gonna miss. Sido does have his BKB. He's gonna go for a butterfly 25 minutes in. He's gonna get it very soon as well. 1,500 gold on him. He's really darn close to that butterfly. And Fnatic, what could they do to actually defend against this? They do have a couple of disables, I guess, with the Ravage, with the Entangle, but really they don't have any hard stuns, and even if they did, he has a BKB. Mid lane tower gets a 9 on top of this, and Fnatic, nothing is going right for them this game. paiN Gaming just getting everything for them. They're getting tower denies, they're getting hero kills, they're getting hero picks, they're getting D-wards off successfully, they're getting escapes with very, very low amounts of HP. And now Sido's going to get even more farm. 2,100 on him. This guy's getting absolutely frightening. Meantime, Darkseer, level 12 on him. Oh, Syndra, you're dead. We already saw this episode. Kraken Shell once again. Oh, he's actually bottling this time. Ravage, stolen by Green Text. He was almost timing out, so I guess why not just pop it off for the hell of it. Pada's going to get picked off by the Phantom Lancer, getting caught by that Mana Burn. Now Green Text on the run. Is there anything? There's the Dream Coil. Green Text is going to die as well. I mean, it's not bad, I guess. Did he drop the Dream Coil? He did, I guess. But Mino going to get an Impale, and no Entangle from the bear. But 2 down, Fnatic finally find some sort of opening, and they're going to translate that straight into a Roshan. Now, Ira isn't the best hero at killing off Roshan. Just a normal guy, really. There's nothing that Phantom Lancer has going for him, but Trixie with the bear damage, I mean, more than enough to bring down this Roshan, and no one from paiN is even close with the Gush on top of that as well. Blink Dagger up on the Tidehunter as well. Fnatic with a couple of picks, really translating into a lot for them. Trixie going to get that level 3 bear form, and I don't know if it actually increases. I don't know if you have to do that in Dota 2, but I guess I always see people doing it in Dota 2, so I guess you do, but I don't play Lone Druid that much. In Lone Druid, in Dota 1, if you upgraded your ultimate form while you were in ultimate form, then it wouldn't increase it. You would have to morph into Druid form, then morph back to get that additional level's worth of benefits. The more you know. Fnatic finding a couple of picks, and they're going to get a lot of gold out of that, and that gold isn't just like normal gold where you could buy like a drum or something like that. That's gold where that gives you a Blink Dagger on your Puck, a Blink Dagger on your Tidehunter, almost a Heart, almost a Reaver onto Ira. These are really, really important items that Fnatic are getting, which, I mean, those kills happened at the perfect timing because of that. Even Trixie with another Blade of Attack, I think he did mess up. I'm pretty sure he messed up. You don't, I mean, he get a crit, I guess, on the bear. It's not that great. You get double phase boots. Let's actually take a look. Blades of Attack. Yeah, I mean, you get crit on the bear. Usually you don't really get crit on the bear, but I guess you can. But that was definitely him messing up. He screwed up his item purchase, something. You're starting to get really big. Trixie's starting to get really big. paiN Gaming, they really got to capitalize with a fight that actually goes their way. Saito is still incredibly stacked. Still has not popped off his BKB just yet. And hasn't even needed to. 0 deaths on him. Leading the gold per minute chart. Just farming up on the bot lane. Farming up in the top lane. And really, there's nothing that Fnatic could do to contest this Gyrocopter's farm. If they try to go for him, they're going to have to get a very quick disable off. And those disables on Fnatic don't really exist apart from that Ravage. And even if they do have the Ravage on him with that butterfly evasion, with the BKB that will pop off to eliminate any magical damage, they really can't kill off this Gyrocopter. So Fnatic, they're pretty much doomed to try to outfarm the Gyrocopter, which is a pretty incredible feat if you do manage to accomplish that. Nick Assassin enjoying himself for some reason, but yeah, they have to outfarm this Gyrocopter, which is incredibly difficult because this Gyrocopter has flag cannon. He's leading in the gold per minute chart, even though Trixie does have a bear with Hand of Midas. He has a basher. That could be useful. Good item choice from Trixie, getting rid of that BKB complete immunity from him. Even though the bear, will have that entangle to go through, that bash will be an entangle and then some. Where's the Nick Assassin? He does have Vendetta in 15, as well as a level 2 Dagon. This is dangerous right here for Fnatic. This Nick Assassin opening up, he could still kill the Tidehunter, even though pretty much guarantees a Kraken Shell proc. You constantly spam that spell out. Don't be afraid. Working towards the pipe, which will help them a lot versus the Puck, versus the Tidehunter, versus the Keeper of the Light. And you gotta remember, on top of that pipe, they will also have the level 4 null field onto Rubik. So paiN Gaming really going to shrug off a lot of the magical damage that's going to fly towards them. BKBs on the Gyrocopter also helps as well. And Fnatic, their Keeper of the Light, they need that hero to act as counter push. That's pretty much why you get the Keeper of the Light, or one of the reasons why you get Keeper of the Light, to have huge amounts of counter push. And with everyone with a pipe, with the null field, they're not going to be really hurting that much from the fully charged Illuminate. They're going to look towards the bot lane. Vendetta has been used on Mino. He's looking towards the bot lane where he's going to find Hani. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, going instead for pure damage on this Nyx instead of initiation. He's going to scout anyone he possibly can. Smoke a Deceit. What are you doing? If someone was here, Smoke a Deceit would have popped. Mino really being thorough. Keeper of the Light going to spot off a double damage, but Green Tech's going to run an intercept course. He's going to catch him. However, the bear is here to ward him back. Bear as well as Keeper of the Light going to go and reveal the fact that Pata is here as well as Green Text, and we're going to have a pause. This game is really pretty boring. Gotta be honest, guys. This game, I've had more exciting games. Mostly just because paiN unwilling to take a real fight because Sato's getting so much farm. Why fight now when you can fight later? As long as Mino keeps locking down the Fnatic side, I mean, paiN Gaming, they don't really have to go for any sort of aggression or tower pushes or anything. And if they do, they're going to have to expose themselves once again to a Dream Coil, once again to a Ravage, and a Puck with the Dagon. Hani, why? I don't understand why you would get that. They have a null field, they have a pipe. You want to avoid these types of items. You want to get a Sheep Stick or something, or Heaven's Halberd even. I don't know. I'm not too sure why. But PL does have his heart up. And Trixie, what does he have? He has his Basher, and that's pretty much it. Another 1,400 gold in the bank for him. This is basically a race to farm. Both teams are just going to be farming, and then at one certain point, they're going to agree to fight. And most likely it's going to be over this next Roshan. So if you're still watching on the edge of your seat, then you could sit back, because I don't think anything's going to happen for a little bit. I mean, they're just content with just getting all these items. And against Phantom Lancer, paiN is playing a risky game. Because even though this Gyrocopter hits pretty hard, is he really going to hit hard enough to constantly clear off Era? He's going to be throwing illusions at him with Heart on top of that. I don't know. If he gets a Divine Rapier, then yes. Yes, that'll be enough. I hope he gets a Divine Rapier. I love seeing Divine Rapiers. Best item to see in a game. Mino going to pop that Vendetta, looking for blood, possibly onto this PL. Although 2,000 health on this PL now. It's going to be very difficult to crack through all of that. Dagon or not, the Vendetta's still not level 3, so that additional 150 damage not going to come out. With the help of Pata, though, they can do it if they figure out which one's the real one. And Ira, keeping all of his illusions together, not going to... Oh, no, what? Now he knows what's... Oh, no. Okay, Doppelwalk. So nothing's going to happen here. Mino going to spot out this entire illusion army. Ira's going to spot out Mino, and that's going to be the end. Oh, no. You do not want to... Careful. Okay, throw a lance at him. Why not? Because the bottom lane is being pushed. Fnatic, on the back of that previous push from the Phantom Lancer, putting a lot of hurt onto this bottom lane, forcing many heroes from paiN down here, giving Ira a little more free time to farm the top lane. Gonna head towards his Manta style if he can. Get a little more sieging, more illusions from Phantom Lancer. But perhaps this might be the fight that we've been waiting for 25 minutes. Ira still farming. paiN trying to defend now. They do have a very stacked gyrocopter, but will it be enough to cut through all of this Fnatic health? Because now they're pretty darn tanky, and this bear on the front lines gonna get impaled, gonna get a little bit of damage from the flat cannon, Fade Bolt, all these things being thrown at the bear, telekinesis as well. Brain Sap, but the bear is just gonna walk on out of there. Trixie does have a resummon, and Ira on the top lane has brought down the tier 2 mid tower, so all the while Fnatic are doing this slow siege, they're getting benefits out of this. Ira's getting free farm as well as towers. It's actually farm for everyone. And Trixie's bear doesn't really have that much regeneration. He has the armlet as well as the mech nearby, but just putting a little bit of damage every single time they come in here. Battlecry on the bear. Look at the damage onto this tower. The Enfeeble going to weaken him by quite a bit. What level is that Enfeeble, actually? If I could find the baiN Elemental. It's level 4, so yeah, that bear is going to be neutered pretty hard by that. But Ira still in this top lane. The split push from Fnatic is pretty intense, and if a fight ever goes down, they could do, well, I guess they could do this. Sending that bear back to heal, gonna pop Trixie right back, and No Tail could even bring Ira back to this if they want to actually fully commit. Illuminate gonna fly through, clear out the creep wave. Mino gonna return a lot of that damage to No Tail. However, mech charge is up on him, so he's not gonna care that much. But Ira still getting farm in this top lane, and although Saito is now here to defend it, paiN, they're stuck in their base. Mid lane is being pushed back towards the paiN base, so Fnatic side does have the option soon to slide up there and take the final tier 2 tower. Really just laying a siege onto paiN Gaming. Fnatic are not that far ahead at all, but they're gonna take another tower. This bear does a lot of damage, guys. This just in, getting a little more gold, and Ira has been pulled down from the bot lane by the Keeper of the Light. They want to make a fight happen. Ira going to build up as many illusions as he can. They want to take these Raxes, and paiN Gaming, this is when they need to fight. Sato going to get a little bit of mana burn just to start off, with the Black Cannon will fly and clear up all these illusions. Illuminate going to fly through, and the bear, once again on the front lines, does still have that Enfeeble on him. So he's going to not do as much damage as he possibly can. But the slow siege is there. Ira going to move up towards the mid lane. He will take out the tier 2 tower. I don't think paiN will want to defend this. I don't think they're able to defend this. Illusory Orb's going to fly through. Illuminates as well. And paiN Gaming, well, they're going to have to deal with this somehow. Green Tex is here. Eul Scepter not really going to help him that much because of the Phantom Lancer. It's so many ranged creeps as well as the siege creep. Manta Style is up on the Phantom Lancer. He's found so much time to get this farm. And what does Saito have to show for it? 5,000 gold. Yeah, Divine Rapier. Divine Rapier. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. But just the slow siege from Fnatic, making sure that they maintain map control, and then go for Roshan. Ira's still playing a very slippery role, gonna farm up the enemy jungle. He's pretty darn difficult to kill if he gets stunned, or if he gets well, he can't really Manta Split out of anything, so I guess that won't really help him. But oh, he's gonna find Green Text. The immediate Doppelwalk though. No surprises for this Phantom Lancer. Smoke's still up on the Bane, and they're looking for Ira. Do they have any gem or anything? He needs it on the Nyx. Not going to happen. Roshan now is up. And do they have... They still have the gem on Trixie. They're not going to get jumped by any Phantom Lancer. The call down as well as the wall will be pretty devastating in this pit. But then again, they do have the Ravage as well as the Dream Coil. These spells are equally as devastating. Mino going to get nuked down. Dream Coil being used on one, but that's a very dead Nyx assassin. Now there's going to be a full-on fight. Sato going to stand in the middle of everything. Ravage going to fly, hit onto Pata. They want to bring down Pata first. Ravage stolen by the Rubik. Once again, beautiful play by Green Tex, and Sato just standing his ground. Ira does not want to walk through that wall. You do not want to give them a Phantom Lancer illusion, but he does anyway. Sato still alive. Green Tex, though, going to send himself up into the air. Ira getting cut down very, very heavily by that damage from the gyrocopter. Ira is going to die as well. And now the Keeper of the Light is on the run. Saito still at full HP. Hasn't been the target of focus for a single second. And Green Tex going to force tap himself out. Trixie looking for a kill onto this Rubik. And the zap from the high ground. Fnatic Hani is going to kill off the 4th hero from paiN, and Saito not focused at all, but they completely ignored him, and that translated into the rest of their team dying. The bear still right on top of this gyrocopter, does have that Orb of Venom, does have an Abyssal Blade on top of that, so Saito just needs to get bashed. There's the Lance out from Ira. Did he buy back? I think he did. Yes, he definitely did. Saito going to get stunned. He's going to get swamped with illusions. He can try to fight his way out, but it's going to be a complete team wipe in favor of Fnatic, even though they had the Ravage stolen, even though the wall got a copy of Phantom Lancers. The fact that everyone from paiN is not tanky enough to survive this. They didn't have their Nyx assassin from the get-go. And the gyrocopter does not deal enough damage. He has 5,000 gold. If he had an MKB, how much is MKB actually? Well, that's not MKB. MKB can I actually just, oh, cool. 5,400. He could have almost, if he had like, you know, any part of that, he could have put out a lot more damage. But really, his team crumbled, and he was completely ignored that entire fight. Usually, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because gyrocopter is pretty dangerous. But they didn't care about the gyrocopter. They completely ignored him. They killed off everyone else. The Phantom Lancer tanked up all of his shots. Trixie wasn't really phased by that at all. Now, the bottom lane push is going to be the order business. Hani already clearing that one out, and a level 3 Dagon on him. I guess he's saying to the Nyx, anything you could do, I could do better. Ira slowly sieging this bottom lane, this mid lane, I'm sorry. Illusion's working down that tower. In the meantime, the bottom lane is going to be in full breach. Trixie with a huge item on the bear with the Abyssal Blade. You cannot cast the stun because Spirit Bear doesn't have any mana. But if you buy a energy booster, you can. Kind of a waste of 1,000 gold though. They're going to constantly put pressure onto this bottom lane. And paiN Gaming. Oh yes, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now, paiN Gaming, they're not that far behind. They do have to deal with an Aegis on Ira. That's going to be a lot to deal with. But, Aegis, don't even care about Aegis, because Saito has a Divine Rapier. Now, he's going to try to hide this as much as he can. Doesn't have Shadow Blade to get in the middle of everything. The constant slow siege out. Mino going to use a Spike Carapace to return some of the damage. Ira split pushing the mid lane. Bear on the front lines, looking for an entangle, looking for a bash to anyone. Not going to find any of that, however. Mana leak, going to drain a little bit of mana from the Darkseer. Going to head towards his Aghanim Scepter. Mid lane has been pushed out pretty aggressively by Ira. He's going to take down this tier 3. Or he should, very shortly. One more illusion. Oh, 13 HP. Ira's going to walk in and tap that one. You blow on it and it'll fall down. Go, illusion. Dead. Oh, there's the initiation. Mino taking a lot of damage. Dream Coil onto 2, and the stun onto Pata is going to happen as well as he walks out of that Dream Coil range. Lone Druid getting hit by both missiles. Green Text is here as well, going to get focused by the bear. Where is Ira? Ravage being popped up by the Tide Hunter, and Saito going to take a Dagon as well. Ravage stolen once again by Green Text, killing off the Lone Druid, but Saito going to get purged, going to get nuked down. Divine Rapier or not, he's going to lose it right now, because he couldn't focus anyone. He was constantly being kited, stunned as well. Green Text going to send himself back up into the air, but who has the Divine Rapier? It actually is Don't Be Afraid. Okay, save the Rapier, I guess, but no buyback on this gyrocopter. paiN Gaming went all in, and I'm afraid what happened is that they spent too long. They sat on their hands, and they didn't make anything happen. They gave way too much time for the Phantom Lancer. They gave way too much time for the Lone Druid to get his big items up. And then paiN, they had a lot on this gyrocopter, yes, but really, in 1 or 2 fights that didn't go well, that was it. That was it. Now they're 2 Raxes down. That's going to be the game. They do have the Divine Rapier, but not for another 45 seconds. And in that time, their base is going to be an absolute shambles. And Fnatic playing the slow, patient game in 41 minutes, possibly the most boring game I've seen in my entire life. But look at this damage the bear is putting out. Ira going to come in with one last swipe. And this tower is going to drop. They do still have the Divine Rapier onto Don't Be Afraid. Yeah, he's holding it, but he can't really leave. You don't have any benefit with that Divine Rapier, and now it's safely in the base. But Hani, with the maxed out Dagon, he's zapping people left and right. And I would normally say that this would be a silly idea because of no field, but Hani apparently doesn't care. Gyrocopter's going to come back in 2 seconds, 1 second, going to have that Divine Rapier. So let's see if Saito could go to town on all of Fnatic and try to salvage this game, but the Ancient is taking a lot of fire. Flat Cannon, here we go. Let's look at this damage. Trixie doesn't really care. He has a lot of armor, and Saito's getting worked down by the bear. Ira is getting focused, but Ira does have a lot of health. Does have even more armor, actually. And everyone else from Fnatic, they're surviving. They're surviving very well. They do defend their Ancient, but their 2 Rax is down. 3rd Rax getting pushed by a monstrous creep wave from Fnatic's top lane. Butterfly into Phantom Lancer, and well, Saito's going to clear that one out easily, but still 2 Rax is down, and wow, this game just shows what happens when you wait too long. paiN, they looked so good in the early game. Gyrocopter got so big, but he couldn't capitalize on that. He couldn't actually do anything with the items that he got, with the gold that he had, and oh, he is going to get crit. Okay, cool. Let's see how much, 462 crit? That's not bad, actually. That's pretty good. Yeah, he couldn't really do anything with the farm that he got, and Fnatic had all the time in the world to just play defensively, to turtle up, and paiN Gaming, they couldn't find any openings to kill off the Phantom Lancer, which is really what they needed to do a lot more times, or the Bear even, but the Bear is very difficult to kill. Hani with a beautiful juke on that phase shift, gonna kill off the Nyx Assassin. Try to kill me, will you? I have a level 5 Dagon. 800 magical damage. He does have the 25 innate magical resistance, but that's not going to be enough. And now Pada going to get mana leaked out. The Bear is still in the front lines. Ion Shell in the Darkseer, but really he can't do anything. Doesn't even have his wall up. Oh, Saito taking a huge hit from that nuke as well. And Dagon does get really, really good when you upgrade it. Cooldown decreases, intelligence increases. It's a fun item. It certainly is. But Phantom Lancer is incredibly stacked right now. Lone Druid is incredibly stacked right now on the Bear. They're going to push down this bot lane, have the illusions push out the top lane, look for a fight. There's the pipe up from the Darkseer. Going to pop up the wall, hit absolutely no one with anything, and don't be afraid, just drop the ball real hard there. There's the blink forward from Puck, going to get himself out of there right away. Saito can open up with that Divine Rapier. Who's taking the damage? It's going to be Syndrome. Going to die before he drops off that ultimate, but instant buyback, and he can just drop right back into the space. Oh, top Raxes have been claimed by Ira, as well as Hani getting a monster kill. Green Tex on the run, does have his Yule Scepter. He's going to try to teleport out of this. He should not make it out alive. Ira going to get hit by that Impale, but look at this tankiness from the Phantom Lancer. He doesn't care. He might have to start caring, actually. The Bear is going to come, and Ira, oh my god, he's going to get it out. He survives. Oh my lord, Ira. This guy's tanky as hell. No Tail's gonna get shredded down by me. Oh no, actually, Mech Charge as well as the Blinding Light. Mino can get mana leaked out. Saito, where's the Divine Rapier actually? Divine check, Divine check, Divine check. That's not the right button for Divine check. It's on the Gyrocopter, so I guess he lost it. There's the Ravage on Saito. There goes your Divine Rapier. And Ira, no, the main Bear. The main Bear doing a little bit of damage now. GG, well played. paiN Gaming. They had the game. They just had to make an aggressive play. He needed to keep everyone down and capitalize on this Nyx Assassin's early game dominance. Gonna get a kill into No Tail. Oh no, he's not. No Tail, so lucky. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. 45 minutes of farming and waiting for paiN Gaming to make a play, and they don't. Command. God damn it, Saito. Alright guys, so gonna move on to game number 2. Let's see if Fnatic can shut it out 2-0 or if paiN can even it up 1-1. GG.